Hey guys, welcome to my channel Linux King. My name is Salman Francis, and in our series of Let's Learn DevOps, today we will take a look at Git. So Git is a distributed version control system developed by Linus Torvald, and it tracks the files for changes. And since it's a distributed version control system, every developer maintains a local copy of the main repository on their computer. And it is one of the main tools in DevOps nowadays. Okay, so what is the main thing behind Git? So let's say you have a couple of developers working on some project, and they are working on a specific file in a specific directory. Without Git, what will happen? If one of the developer changes the file, adds something, removes something from that file or from that specific directory, you will never know until and unless that guy tells you that, hey, I have changed something. Okay, so with Git, this thing has been rectified, or in such a way that now if anyone tries to add something or change something, you will be notified, or all the developers will be notified working on that specific project. So this is the main concept behind Git. So that's why the important features are like coordination among various developers. All the developers working on that project will know that what changes were made or what things have been added and stuff like that. You can always take the snapshot with the commit command, so you will protect your data in this manner. Files will be tracked, like any changes in the file will be tracked, and it's very simple, and it has a lot of more features which we will take a look in our coming videos. Installation is very simple. Since we are using CentOS, we will use yum-y install git command, and then we can always check with git -- version command to check what kind of version is installed. Once the Git is installed, we need to initialize the repository on our computer, and it's called local repository. So this means that we have two types of repository. One is local and one is remote. A remote repository, if you guys have heard about GitHub, so it means that it's not locally available on your computer, it's remotely, and it's called a remote repository, which we will take a look in our coming videos. Okay, and initializing is very simple with the simple git init command, and you have to initialize it in the directory. So it means that if you initialize in a specific directory, Git will be initialized in that specific directory. Once you have initialized the Git, then you need to give certain parameters with -- global command, and these are like global parameters where you need to mention the username, then the user emails, and once you have provided these parameters, you can always check with the git config -l command, which will list the current parameters. Okay, then we can add the files to Git, we can check the status, we can commit it, and we can pull the changes, we can push the changes to and from the remote repositories. So that's how Git works. And to demonstrate it, we are going to perform some very basic install of Git with yum-y install git command. And by the way, this is the same computer we are using to do our DevOps exercises. And it will install some packages which are necessary to run Git. Okay guys, so the installation is complete, and now we can always check with git -- version command, and you can see that the current version is 1.8.3.1. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I am going to go in our OPT directory, And here I'm going to create a directory called gitworks, and here I am going to initialize git with git init command. Okay, and right now you can see that if I do the ls-la, there is no such thing as like any hidden directory. You cannot see any hidden directories. So if I do the git init, and now you can see that a .git directory has been created. If we go into this git directory, we can see that head, branches, config, description, hooks, and a lot of different directories, which we are not going to see right now. Okay, now once this is done, what we need to do is we need to config it with some global parameters. So if you remember from our slides, we need to use this git config --global -username command. So to do that, we will use git config --global, user.name is Salman Francis, and then user.email is going to be learning@itpings.com. Okay, now once this is done, we can always check git config -l, and here you can see that the user email and the username is set. Perfect. Okay, now what we are going to do is we are going to add some files to Git. Okay, so how it works. Basically, whenever you add the file, you are at the staging area. Okay, once you make or save the files, it is committed. So what do I mean by that? So here you can see that let's say we add a file here, a very simple file, git file 1.txt. This is a file for Git. And here, if we check with sorry about that, git status, and here you can see that it's telling us that there's an untracked file, okay, and it's called git file 1. So nothing added to commit, but untracked file present. So use the git add to track. So this means when we add this with the git add and the file name, it will take it to the staging area. It will start the tracking. So git add and the file name is git file 1.txt. And this time if I take git status, you can see that changes to be committed. Now we are on the next stage, and this means that there's a new file, git file.txt, and it is at the staging area. We can remove the file with git rm-cache and the file name to unstage it, or we can save the changes with the commit command. So now how we can do that? We can use git commit -m, and -m means that we need to add the message here, that why we added this file. If you don't add the message, it's not going to work. So you can use that git commit -m. This file is newly added for Git demo. Okay, and then we need to mention where this file is available, and the dot means that it's in the current directory. Okay, so now we can see that it's telling us that this file is newly added for Git demo, one file change, one in insertion. So if this time, let me clear the screen, I when I take git status, it will tell us that nothing to commit and working directory is clean. So this means that this file, git file1.txt, has been added and saved. A snapshot has been generated. So let's say if I change something to this file, git file, and I add something. Save the changes, and this time if I take git status, perfect, it's telling us that there is something. Use git add file to update what will be committed. So it's telling us that the file has been modified. Okay, so use git checkout file to discard the changes, or you need to git add the file to update the changes. So if I use git add git file.1 and check git status, and you can see that again this file has been changed to the unstaged, and we can always use it with commit, like this file is again changed. For demo, and the file is available in current directory. Okay, and this time git status will reveal that now no changes are required. So perfect. This is a very basic demonstration of how Git works, and in our next video we will take a look at more features offered by Git. Until then, goodbye. Please do subscribe to my YouTube channel, Linux King. And you can always join our Facebook page at facebook.com/LinuxKing77. Until then, goodbye. Have a wonderful day.